So I set up a lunch with the AP reporter, Mike Balsamo, and I told him at lunch, I made this statement that to date we have not seen fraud on a scale that could have affected a different outcome in the election. And the president was as mad as I've ever seen him, and he was trying to control himself. And the president said, well, this is killing me. You didn't have to say this. You must have said this because you hate Trump. You hate Trump. And I told him that the stuff that his people were shoveling out to the public was bullshit. I mean, that the claims of fraud were bullshit. And, he was indignant about that.
President Trump said I had the right to overturn the election. President Trump is wrong. I had no right to overturn the election. The presidency belongs to the American people and the American people alone. And frankly, there is no idea more un-American than the notion that any one person could choose the American president.
After Herschel Walker's loss to Senator Raphael Warnock in Georgia, you tweeted, quote, "The outcome in Georgia is due primarily to Trump, who cast a long shadow over this race. His meddling and insistence that the 2020 election was stolen will deliver more losses. Trump remains a huge liability and the Democrats' best asset. It's time to disavow him and move on." Now that that's over, do you think any of that message is getting through to your Republican colleagues?
No, I think it's getting through overwhelmingly. I think Trump has been on a downhill slope within the Republican Party since the 2020 election, certainly since January the 6th. I think it continues. I think all around the country, and I've talked to I don't know how many Republicans since November the 8th. There's little doubt that while there were other factors involved, the Trump factor was the primary reason why Republicans did not do as well as expected on November the 8th. I think it's like, frankly, turning a light switch off for Trump's prospects. He certainly hasn't done anything to help himself since then, talking about terminating the Constitution, and most recently this week with his NFT gambit. So Trump's influence is declining. That hurts some people's feelings who want to use Trump to anathematize the entire Republican Party. But that gambit isn't going to work.
It was noted here, having achieved greatness. I mean, I'm not just an overrated general. I am the greatest, the world's most overrated. I'm honored to be considered that by Donald Trump because he also called Meryl Streep an overrated actress. So I guess I'm the Meryl Streep of generals. And frankly, that sounds pretty good to me. And you do have to admit that between me and Meryl, at least we've had some victories. And some of you were kind during the reception and asked me, if this bothered me to have been rated this way based on what Donald Trump said. I said, of course not. I'd earned my spurs on the battlefield, Martin, as you pointed out, and Donald Trump earned his spurs in a letter from a doctor. So.